Alright, so we're going to create a dice example. So we're going to simulate a program that rolls the dice 50 times. With each roll, display the result, and if the roll number matches the previous number, display an additional message that says, wow, you rolled the same number twice in a row. Okay, cool. After each roll 50 times, display a summary table that displays how many times the dice is rolled, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as well as the percentage. Okay, so whenever you have like a big project, just break it down into simple steps. So let me delete this. So now, instead of like going through all this crap, let's just do a very simple example. So let's just do part of it. Let's just roll the dice and then display what was rolled. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, dice. Let's just do it once too, and I'm gonna I can use a random function. So it's gonna do anywhere from 1 to 6, and then echo dice. Okay. All right, so that's it. I'm just going to run that and see if it works. 4, 2, 5, 4, 2, 5, 1. Okay, return 6. Okay, cool. All right, so this is rolling the dice. Okay, so now I can say echo rolled dice, the dice. Okay, the dice and got, and then add exclamation mark. Yes, okay, cool. All right, how do we roll this 50 times? So I do a for loop, right? And let's do 50 times, I plus plus. So this is going to run the loop until as long as I is less than 50, but I'm incrementing by 1, so it's going to do it 50 times. So cool. All right, except that it looks really ugly, so let's put a break statement. All right, nice. And let's say like, okay, let's put the attempt number. Attempt number. Okay, and then let me create a variable. So initially we'll say count, set that as a variable equal to 0, but each time that the roll is no, let's set that as 1. Okay, and each time that you rolled it, we'll say count is equal to count plus 1. Okay, or in short, I can just do count star star plus plus. So it says attempt number. Okay, okay, and cool. Okay, so now I'll go back. What did Michael want you to do? If the roll number matches the previous number, display additional message that says, wow, you rolled the same number twice in a row. Okay, so how do we do that? I think one way we can do that is we can store the information that was rolled in another variable. Okay, so we'll say previous dice is equal to 0. Okay, and then we'll say before you throw and then let's save this dice, the result of the dice in the previous dice, like this. Okay, so it rolls the dice, echoes it out, and then saves the result of the dice variable in a previous dice variable. Okay, makes sense? And then what I say is, before I set the roll of the dice to a previous dice, I'll say if dice value is equal to the previous dice, echo, what did I want you to echo out? Wow, you rolled the same number twice in a row. Okay, and let's actually bold this and put a break statement. So if I do that, oh cool, hey, twice in a row, right? Okay, so it worked. Okay, just make sure you go through this and understand, okay, why this worked. It wouldn't work if I put this here. It would do something weird. If I did this, it would basically say that every single row, right? But I needed to put that up on the top. Okay, make sure you understand. Okay, because I'm seeing what does the previous dice hold when it runs this. It actually holds the previous information, and then once it echoes it out, then now previous device get replaced by the information that's stored in dice. Okay, just make sure you go through this and understand. Let's save it again, and it worked. Okay, cool. Okay, so now what did I want it to do? So see, I'm not trying to create everything at once. I'm just doing one piece at a time. I'm saving it. I'm troubleshooting. Okay, so after display, okay, so I need to create a summary table. So how can I store this information? Okay, so I need to store how many times each number was thrown. Okay, so what if I just do this? What if I create result summary, and that's going to be an array. And what I'll do is each time that all this is done, dice is rolled. Sorry about me coughing. I still have cold, but still trying to create the video. Alright, after the dice is rolled, I'm going to store, let's do this. So, result summary, and in the column, in the row that the dice is thrown, I'll put, okay, so let's do this. Okay, so we'll say 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, 0th index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's probably enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm gonna actually have 7 rows like this, and if the dice is rolled once, so here I'm going to store all the number of times that the number 1 was thrown, all the number of times that number 2 was thrown, all the number of times that number 3 was thrown. So I'm going to basically do, I'm going to get this value again, add 1, and then store that. Okay, so if I now, after this is done, if I do result summary, this is going to echo out an array that has information about, okay, how many times was 0 rolled? Well, 0, because that's not possible. How many times was 1 rolled? 7, 9, and so forth. Notice how it worked? So I'm just using logics. I'm using arrays, to store information. Okay, programming is all about if statement, for loops, and using arrays to store information. So I created this array to store, different pieces of information, and I got this. Okay, so now what do I have to do? I have to display this result. That's trivial. Yeah, I'm just gonna not do it. I can also, if I wanted to run this 1,000 times, I just do 1,000. I do this. Run 1,000 times. And then, yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's actually display the summary. So we'll do echo. Okay. So here I'll actually put summary table, UL list, then hold on, what did I want? Number 1. So we'll say number 1 3 out of 50 times. Copy paste. Okay, I'll still save it and see if it actually, yeah, 1,000 is too much to scroll. Let's just do 50. Okay, so it didn't. Now I'm going to replace this with, I'm going to replace that number with result summary 1. And I'm going to echo this right in that place. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, instead of that. So maybe this is actually a good exercise. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. See, that worked. And then now that's hard coded over here. Let's put, for example, maximum throw is equal to 50, and then change that. And then instead of 50, we can do PHP echo. Okay. And 50 times, so now I can actually even do 100 times. And yeah, cool. Okay, so it all worked. All right. But notice how this is just like I have basically things that are repeated over and over. So here I can do a for loop inside because I just have things repeated. So I do for I equals, let's say I equals 1. I goes all the way up to 7. Or run it as long as I is, less or equal to 6. Incremented by I. And then put bracket, right? And then what do I want to run in that for loop? I can put some HTML code. So I can say, okay, and sometimes just to make things look better, I sometimes do things like that. So I think this just reads better, looks better. PHP, right? That just kind of looks better, right? Actually, I don't like it. Maybe this is actually better. Okay, but basically in the for loop, it just runs this, So it runs this HTML code, and if I do that, it's gonna do the. Except I need to change that to a variable now. Variable I, and it works. I still don't like how this looks, but okay, well, it's fine. What else? Oh, I think that's it. But I mean, I'm faster at this because I've been doing programming a long time. But again, just everything is about logic, storing information in different variables. So I hope this is giving you a better idea how you can use arrays and logics to do different operations. All right, so make sure you go through this, make sure you understand this, and then move on to the next video.